mankind has been using wood both as firewood and for utilitarian purposes. About 3.6 million people are engaged in forestry activities. Fuel wood constitutes the largest part of forest product in India. India has about 75 million hectares of forest area being about 22.8% of the total land area. The per capita forest area in India is only 0.11 compared to the world average of 1.08. Major forest produce in India are firewood and timber. Wood used for structural purposes is known as timber. Obtained from trees, which is a form of plant life. Trees grow very tall and have a much longer lifespan compared to other plant forms. For example, this section of deodar wood had a lifespan of 700 years. Can be basically classified as exogenous, which grow by addition of concentric rings of woods externally, and endogenous, which grow by the new wood crossing and penetrating the existing wood. Only exogenous provide useful timber. Commercially, trees are classified as softwood, which are conifers, gymnosperms, and hardwoods, which are broad-leaved angiosperms. Softwood and hardwoods have some common growth features. All trees have four parts: roots, stem, branches, and leaves. The timber user is basically interested in the stem. Let us look at the growth features visible in the cross-section of the stem of a tree. This consists from outside to inwards a protective cover called bark, a thin growth layer called cambum producing bark outside and wood inwards, thin cellular radial tissues known as medullary rays, central core called pith, and the light-colored sapwood followed by dark-colored heartwood. There are some major differences in softwoods and hardwoods. Softwoods are typical of temperate regions. Softwoods have needle-shaped leaves, while hardwoods have broad leaves. Annual rings are distinct in softwoods. Softwoods generally have lighter color. Sapwood and heartwood are distinct in hardwoods, and softwoods are weak in lateral adhesion. While an experienced forester can identify some timbers from growth features, timber identification is a highly specialized job based upon their anatomical features. Different species of timber have distinct anatomical features. Hardwoods are characteristically made of pores or vessels which help in conducting nutrients. Soft tissues rays, and fibers are other major components of a hardwood. Pores have a specific order in their number, size, and distribution, and are characteristic features in different species. Using a simple magnifying glass, one can see the distinct arrangements shown, which are characteristic features useful in identification. Parenchyma or soft tissues are another characteristic feature of many hardwoods. They serve as storage tissue in the tree. These distinct arrangements are useful in identification of timber tissues. Rays are cell groups which help in the conduct of nutrients horizontally. Their size and arrangement are features which help in the identification of timber. Fibers are elongated, thick-walled cells which make the bulk of the wood. Fibers give mechanical support to the tree. Softwoods have a much simpler structure than hardwoods. Pores are absent. Softwoods are mainly made up of tracheids, which serve the function of conduct of food and mechanical support. Parenchyma are absent or poorly developed, and rays are too fine to be seen with the naked eye. Growth rings are characteristic features in softwoods, which is due to contrast between early wood of 1 year and late wood of previous year. Rays in canals, vertical or horizontal, contain resinous matter and are characteristic feature of many Indian softwoods. For example, in Deodhar, the rays in canals can be seen in tangential bands and is very useful in identification. Certain general features of wood like color, odor, luster, hardness, and texture are also useful in identifying timbers. Notice the distinctive annual rings in softwoods and the variation in color and texture. Identification of timber is done through punched card system.
Identification of timber is a highly specialized job. A versatile punched card system of identification has been developed by the Forest Research Institute, Dehradun. Each card contains the general and anatomical features of Indian timbers against the holes along the edges of the card. There are 63 features available for the identification of Indian timbers. To prepare a card for a particular timber, a feature present in the timber is notched by cutting the hole against that particular feature. The name of the timber can be written in the central portion of the card. The list contains the same numbers as on the cards for the features present in any particular species. In the list, sometimes you will find a bracketed number against a timber. This means that the particular feature may or may not be present in that timber, in which case we have to prepare two cards for the same timber. The order of stacking the cards is not important. However, to ensure the alignment of holes in the cards, one corner of the card is truncated. For the purpose of identification, the cards are stacked in alignment. By looking into a specimen of timber, we select a particular feature for identification and then insert a needle through the hole representing that feature. For example, if the timber under observation is non-porous, then we insert a needle through hole number 28, which represents the feature non-porous. We then shake the stack of cards well, and since the features present in the timber are notched, the cards which are falling down all represent timbers which are non-porous. By repeating this sorting procedure with other features observed in the timber, we can arrive at a single card that represents the timber under observation. The punched card system is a very versatile system of identification because a new timber can be added to the existing deck of cards by adding a new card which is prepared for the new timber.
A tree has a lifespan averaging from 30 to 200 years. The tree is felled just before its maturity so that defects are minimum in the timber. Logs can be converted using different methods of sawing, producing timber having different shrinkage characteristics and showing the radial or tangential faces with distinct grain patterns. In ordinary sawing, planks are obtained by cuts tangential to the annual rings. While this is economical, the planks tend to warp as sapwood shrinks more than hardwood. Quarter sawing produces timber that warps less but is laborious. It shows better figures on face and hence used for cabinet and furniture work. Tangential sawing produces boards which are not quite useful for flooring. Hard timber is converted by radial rift sawing. Timber is the name given to wood used for structural purposes and is obtained from exogenous trees like softwoods and hardwoods. The timber user is mainly interested in the stem. There are many species of timber, and hence identification of timber should be done on a scientific basis. Conversion of logs into planks should be done taking into account the shrinkage characteristics of timber. are important natural resources of our country, and a judicious use of the forests will not only preserve and maintain the ecological balance, but also help us to avoid the barren landscape which is becoming an eyesore in many parts of the world.